how does simple truth concept relate to the unfathomable nature of karma? Oh, that's a good question. Oh, that's a good question. I love it. How does the simple truth concept relate to the unfathomable nature of karma? What I did, I asked the question twice. I read it twice. Second time, I'm offering the question into the absolute. I love how the question marries the two opposite principles. One is something that's so complex, the human mind can't even fathom it. And the other that's so simple that you just know it. So the first thing that's coming up from this is that even though karma is unfathomable, think of it like an infinity. In math, there are all these different kinds of infinities. I have a son who's a mathematician, so I'm learning calculus sort of by default and things like that. Anyway, there are different kinds of infinities. And when it comes to karma, we don't have to know all the karma of everything. We really, really only need to understand our own karma. So that takes this infinity thing and it kind of reduces it to a smaller infinity. All of a sudden, it's still an infinity, but at least it's within the range of the self. So this is the important thing, is to understand one's own karma. And what that does is it relegates the rest of karma, cosmic karma, and we all have some. We all are tied into the field, we all are tied into the field of karma on many layers, right? Because we're part of a bigger, we're part of universal karma, and there's like galactic, there's karma of our galaxy, we're part of that. Or part of karma of our solar system, and you can look at it in different scales. You could say different scales of bigness and smallness. But each one of us is tied in through our own individual antenna. So that's the one that we all need to know. Each of us needs. As for our relationship to the karma of others and the karmas outside, in the rest of the other antennas and so forth, it comes down to, I'm really feeling it comes down to faith, that if we know our own karma intimately enough, if we understand how karma works, the principles of it, we can't know it entirely, obviously, and unfathomable, particularly here I'm trying to speak it in words, which is even more point value than the intellect, right? But knowing it in terms of the self, we can know it in terms of our own infinite being. And from that level, we're understanding it from divine level of the self, which fathoms totality, which fathoms even bigger things than karma. So simple truth means self-referring to wholeness. And it also means clear identification of the course that we're going, because you have to know where you're going. This having to do with alignment of the inner compass, the inner guidance system, which is a dynamic process. It isn't static. It's constantly moving, because we're constantly adjusting ourselves to accommodate everybody else's adjustments and changes and evolution. Karma is tied into all this. And then I'm going down to the simple truth of it, aiming towards the nut, simple truth. And just feeling our way, just feeling the way down into it. Simplicity of pure being or pure consciousness, that simple truth. And what we're doing is the karma has to do with the interface between infinity, infinite, unbounded, absolute being, and the whole relative field of creation. So what I'm seeing happening is this simple truth is able to function as a resonation of the celestial body. And it's so, it has so much integrity that it's able to bring along with it, with this resonation, the celestial body, it's able to really clearly align the whole body blueprint, the whole life blueprint, all along with it. All the ancestors got, embraced in the simple truth. And as that happens, then it means all the other systems of the body, because the celestial body, it just hums down here in its own sweetness. But if we're thinking in terms of celestial body, it stays isolated in the field of the celestial. But this simple truth is so, like I said, it's so integrated. It has integrity and integration as part of its nature, that it's, as it rises up, it's also, I said integrated, and I'm sorry, but this beautiful African princess is integrated with the first question of tonight's webinar. I just saw integration coming up, sorry. And celestial body starts making celestial body medicines, light medicines, which align with simple truth, which are the embodiment of simple truth that can go into the deeper, thicker, more manifest tissues of the body and can enliven it at even more manifest levels and more all the way through. All the past lives start to line up with simple truth. And so we have here, and then we have here, and then we have here, and then we have here. These are the past lives here, and then the astral body here, and all the interface with the environment. Because if everything is radiating in simplicity and truth here, then then it's like a magnet, and that's all you're attracting to you is simple truth. Permeating the whole system, and therefore shifting the karma, the field of karma, and our relationship to the rest of the universe, to a universe that supports this level of functioning founded on simple truth. Beautiful question.